Tell me the story again about when you used to run with the Klan. Well, honey, it didn't exactly happen like that. If anything, the Klan was running with me. Or let's say they was running from me. It was the child's favorite story, full of mystery and intrigue. She could not get enough information about the dark and sinister world that he'd conquered on his long journey toward the light and her tiny waiting arms. Did you really toast marshmallows at the foot of a burning cross? Sounds like you've been talking to your old grandmother again, little lady. The truth is, those Klan people never had any sense of humor like I did. Those people. Oh, they'd get drunk all right and sometimes piss on the dying embers. But they never understood how ridiculous their rituals were. To them, I was a true enigma. But Grandpa, I thought you were a Klansman. Come here, child, let me show you a photograph. I'll never forget my first cross lighting. It was a huge affair, attended by 1,000 curious souls. Well, I don't think I saw that many Klansmen combined in all the other rallies and gatherings I attended over the next 2 years. The whole thing took place in Vandalia, the former state capital of Illinois. The Kluxers humorously referred to it as Klandalia. They might have thought they were clever, but I snuck your Jewish grandmother down there a couple of times as a higher form of camp. Did she dress in a sheet too, Grandpa? Heavens no, child. She was just a little girl like you at the time. All of 7 years old. We took some blankets though and camped out in the woods in the back of a pickup truck and toasted marshmallows. Why did they burn the cross, Grandpa? Was it cold? Nothing like that, child. According to their absurd philosophy, that burning cross was supposed to represent the great light of Jesus. They called it a cross lighting. The only time they considered themselves burning the cross was when they wanted to spook someone out of their wits. And then that was so rare it was usually done by non-Klan kids to get a little notoriety. They were just out having fun. But at these rallies, they used to light their little torches from this great cross, hoping to spread their philosophy like the wildfires that Jesus spread amongst his followers. Was Jesus a Klansman too, Grandpa? No, honey, no connection whatsoever. In fact, I don't know how they overlooked the fact that Jesus was a Jew, a member of the clan of Judah, one of the oldest avowed enemies. These modern fools pretend to emulate Christ in his wisdom and passion, but they have truly missed the mark, creating only a fear in themselves, and subsequently creating a resonance within the rest of us. Besides, they spent hours getting all tanked up on beer before the ceremony began, and they were just performing their vain mockeries for one another's pleasure. They weren't doing it for the benefit of Jesus or for the benefit of you and me. What's that photo over there, Grandpa? It looks like they're having a lot of fun dancing. Oh, that's their version of the Watusi. The Watusi. You sure couldn't mistake it for disco dancing. The ceremonial madness of plodding in slow motion around the circumference of a burlap-wrapped steel pole reaching some 40 feet into the sky. It was uncanny to watch these mad, drunken souls dipping their bare hands in gasoline and dosing the burlap till it soaked through their clothing as they raised the perpendicular pole up their bodies like two Iwo Jima flag raisers, the gasoline dripping from their arms and bellies. And then the head man lighting the whole damn thing with the flame of his big lighter. In total silence. Jesus, that was something to see. But in spite of the ludicrous overture, it was still a great bore to participate. Fortunately, as a photographer observing the whole thing, I was free to do my own little dance, irrespective of their dull mockery. Yeah, in contrast, I remember dancing with drunken hippies and Indians in the 60s in California at the ocean's front. As part of drum circles, they went on for hours until everyone was rolling in dementia over the top of one another and back down onto the waiting beach blanket and wine bottles and the sandy earth and its rhythm. Yes, even the Pentecostals and the rock and rollers are a spirit to reckon with. But these dumb fucking Klan people moving as slowly as the sun around a dial rooted in the backyard of some nuts farm, what was the point? For all the hype and their beer drinking, the Klan ceremony were as anticlimactic as a child headed off to bed after cookies and milk. There was nothing to do except lay down and drift off to sleep. Oh, Grandpa, I love cookies and milk. And that's the opening to a